This is George from High-Tech Legion. Well, no matter what you're buying, you're always looking for the most bang for your buck. When it comes to a power supply, you want something that's going to be able to meet your power needs, have all the features you're looking for, and have good, rock-solid build quality without having to overpay or overbuy. You don't want to have to buy a power supply that's got features you're not going to need or power that you're not going to use just to get other things you're looking for. Today we're going to take a look at a power supply that embodies that type of philosophy in delivering exactly what you need at a reasonable price. The PowerZone 850 watt PSU from Be Quiet. Be Quiet has a stellar reputation for their power supplies, and with good reason. We've had fantastic results with them here at High-Tech Legion. Now, the PowerZone is a step down from their Dark Power Pro line. It comes at a more affordable price, yet it actually offers up most of exactly the same features, as well as actually a couple of more. Taking a look, as you can see, nice Be Quiet packaging. As always, Be Quiet makes a beautiful presentation on their pieces. A couple features listed out front. It's a single 12-volt rail. It uses active clamp as well, so you get rock-solid power delivery on the 12-volt. 840 watts, 70 amps across the single 12-volt rail. Cool-off technology, which takes the 135mm Silent Wings fan, which is built in, and actually runs it for a 3-minute period after power down of your computer. This allows for the hot air to be expelled after shutoff. The Silent Wings 135mm fan, as I said, is run off a fan curve, so silent operation at lower loads. As the unit heats up naturally, the fan speeds up to keep the cooling going. And full cable management. It is a fully modular power supply, soup to nuts. Nothing is attached to the power supply, so you only need to use the cables you need. You don't need to use any excessive cables. Obviously, much easier for cable management within the case. Taking a look around the back, you get a little bit more on the Silent Wings fan and the cool-off period, as well as the full cable management. Down here, you've got your chart of power output, as I say, 840 watts, 70 amps on the 12-volt rail, and a total of 160 watts, 25 amps combined across the 3.3 and the 5-volt rail. The minor rails are DC to DC conversion, so you do get the cleanest power possible. So, very, very nice design, as I say. Now, as I said, Be Quiet always has very, very nice packaging and presentation, and nothing skimped on here, as you can see. Manual in the box, and PowerZone in a nice carry bag by itself. Getting the PowerZone 850 out of the box, as you can see, as I say, comes within a carry bag. Now, a lot of people are going to say, why do you need a carry bag for your PSU? You don't. It actually doubles for your modular cables, so after you've got all your cables hooked up, your extra cables can go right in the bag, and you've got a nice bag to keep your cables in, or if you're going to be storing the power supply, obviously keep the dust out. Okay, the PowerZone itself, really good looking unit, as you can see. Up the top, 135mm Silent Wings fan, the embossed 850 watt marker with the Be Quiet logo down the bottom. Nice, completely horizontal fan grill, as you can see. Moving around to the sides, PowerZone's got a very nice stamped industrial look to the side, really good looking in the case, as you can see. Bottom going to be plain, or the top, depending on how you're mounting it, I should say. And once again, you've got the power delivery chart, as well as all the certifications and the model number up top. Finally, getting to the modular side, as you can see, fully modular, and little oddity here, 3 fan headers. You actually can plug 3-pin fans into the fan headers. There are adapters, and it will be controlled along with the fan of the PowerZone itself. This gives you a little bit more flexibility with fans, obviously, especially if you're using a lot of fans in your case. All of your peripheral, PCIe, motherboard, and 8-pin motherboard connectors right here. Back, very simple, but again, very nice looking. Again, the horizontal grill with AC input and on-off switch, as you see here. So really nice looking supply, as you can see. Going to look very good, especially if you're doing an industrial type of look, industrial type of theme, maybe with a half X or any type of Cooler Master half. You're going to have a good looking look. Or if you're doing an automotive theme, you're going to have a really good looking power supply in the case. Moving on to the accessories of the PowerZone 850. First thing we find is the manual, multi-language, as always from Be Quiet. Quite a few languages here. Now, one of the things I did want to point out, the PowerZone 850 is an 80 plus bronze certified unit. Now, some people may balk at this, talking about, oh, well, it should be 80 plus gold. Now, however, the efficiency is 88% at 50% load. So you're only talking about a couple of percent difference in efficiency between the 80 plus bronze rating on the PowerZone 850 and an 80 plus gold. So you're not looking at a big deal in efficiency here whatsoever. Moving on, get explanation of the cool-off, compatibility, etc. Very simple, easy to read manual. Now, moving on, get a look at the cables. First, let's take a look at the somewhat oddity, which is the fan cables. We don't see a whole lot of power supplies with fan hookups. Very simple, as I say, they are speed controlled, plugs into the power supply, and you've got a 4-pin Molex or 3-pin fan connector to connect up 3 separate fans. One fan to each cable. They are not intended for use with multi-fans. Now, taking a look at the cable selection, one of Be Quiet's great things has always been the engineering of their cable selection. Very good layouts, as always included. Now, unlike the Dark Power Pro, which basically has every cable you could possibly imagine, it is scaled back a little bit for the PowerZone, so you do have a few less cables. However, you still retain the 2 8-pin motherboard connectors, one 4+4, one 8-pin, which is a very nice feature. So you have the choice of the one straight 8-pin or the 4+4s. You're not dealing with just 4+4s trying to work with them. Motherboard cable, nice and thick. All the cables have very nice sleeving. Peripheral cables, very nice. Once again, you've got strictly 4-pin cables, you've got strictly SATA cables, and you've got cables that are mixed. So you can actually pick and choose what cables you use. This allows you to use the least amount of cables possible. It does come with 2 PCI Express cables, both 8 plus 8-pin. And moving on, you do get 4 screws, as well as some wire ties, and of course power cable. It's not marked. It does look like a 16 or an 18 gauge, but very nice power cable as well. So the PowerZone definitely delivers on the features end, as well as of course the pricing end. Now let's take a look at how it does on the performance end of things. As you can see in our test results, the PowerZone 850 definitely holds up its end of the bargain as far as performance. We had very, very little fluctuation on the rails whatsoever, all well within 2% on any of the rails, and none of them ever dropping below rated spec. So your 12 volt never dropped below 12.1, the 5 volt never dropped below 5.07, and the 3.3 never dropped below 3.33. So very, very nice power delivery there from the PowerZone 850. As far as noise, it was actually at idle and under normal operation, very, very quiet. Absolutely inaudible from within the case. When we did have it under load for quite some time, it did become audible, but not terrible. Obviously, the Silent Wings fan is a fantastic fan and does keep things nice and quiet. Also kept things nice and cool. We never had a problem with the exhaust getting too hot at any point. So it was definitely doing its job. So obviously, you know, the technologies that went into the PowerZone 850 are definitely working. The active clamp technology, the all-solid capacitors rated to 105 degrees, the cool-off period obviously worked. It stayed on for 3 minutes, was completely inaudible during the cool-off period. So really just phenomenal performance from the PowerZone 850. Now, it is a little bit high priced for an 80 plus bronze. As I say, you're only looking at a couple of percentage points difference as far as efficiency, but you know, you're still at a price point that is a little bit high for that. but you're also probably not going to get the type of features you're looking at with the PowerZone 850. The PowerZone 850 is fully modular, as we say. So the PowerZone 850 is going to get a High-Tech Legion Gold Award, excellent performance, really very good value. Just like I say, a little bit high priced for an 80 plus bronze unit, but other than that, absolutely no complaints with the unit. It was quiet, solid power delivery, and full of features. Really not much more you could ask for. So if you're looking for a reasonably priced power supply that's going to give you what you need, the PowerZone 850 is a great way to go.